And let's see. Hello, everyone. Hi there. We're here. Welcome to HoDiGa's. Of course, you will see here is the lovely Lady G here co-hosting with me, and of course you will know that by now. Hopefully, I mean we've been talking a little bit, haven't we, on our little WhatsApp chat group, haven't we?
Yes.
You and I. So Diane should sort of be in the air by now, something like that. So she had some little delays here and there, but she's saying that she got through. And hopefully she is in the air on her way to Egypt. So I just want to thank everyone for being here. And also as well, in a little announcement as well, Milou should be joining us today, but possibly for the second half of the show, because I think he's doing his show right now. So thanks everyone for being here. And before we get started, who do we have in the house? I think I saw Robin. We've got Kat, Bill One, what's that? Greta TK, Annalie Finch. Who else do we have? Richard Kano, Flora, Blue Moon Rising, and lots of people. So
yes, welcome.
welcome everyone. Now, as you know, beforehand, I always ask everyone what questions they would like us to ask. And my goodness, I mean, there were a lot of questions, really pressing stuff. So as usual, I print them out. There we go. Gosh, that's so blinding. Let me just turn down my light a little bit more because you get a lot of contrast here. Oh, that's a bit better. And so I have printed out the questions.
Perfect.
And there are a lot of really good ones. And wouldn't you agree, Lady G, that it's almost hard to keep up with the news? What are your opinions on things and just what is happening in America in general? Because you are there. How do you feel about what's going on?
I don't know. It's just a lot of craziness going on. You know, I'm glad that Biden took a little bit of time down because he's just inundated with so much stuff and craziness going on. And we need him to have a level head. So please take that weekend off. And yeah, I did a reading on him this morning, and he's taken some downtime, and he's really looking at this stuff because we're going to be crazy with financials. You know, he wants to put the infrastructure in, and then we've had Ida coming in, and just a lot of craziness.
Wow. So yeah. I mean, obviously it's Saturday today. So, you know, this is in the earlier part of the day. I chill out. So I've just been catching up with friends and even did a little bit of shopping, brought myself some chinos, had some food, some delicious kind of Jamaican food. So obviously I watch the news frequently, but this is actually news to me. So Biden is taking what, like a weekend or a long weekend?
Yeah, a long weekend. Because of the holidays. So he's taking the holiday weekend off.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't blame him. I mean, there's been so much going on. I'm just getting my rider weight cards out. And, we'll just step in as we always do. As you guys will know now, Lady G has not seen the questions, so it's going to be just a straight up response. And of course, Milou, when he joins us as well, it will be the same thing. Now, right. Because of the two of us, we should be able to get through more questions. So I'm hoping tonight, instead of the usual 6, we may be able to ask 7 or 8, possibly more. So I do have backup questions. Okay. But I think, Lady G, we should just get stuck in. So I'm going to throw it out there. Question number 1. Now, this was asked by several people. So Bernie Nicole, Ruth Goldberg, and George K. all asked a similar question. So here, another insurrection planned for the 18th of September, apparently. Wondering what the planets say for that day. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have time to actually kind of, I could sort of quasi look, but I'm worried that I might lose the connection because I do have the chart behind, and I don't like to experiment on screen, but I think we can look with the tarot like we usually do, and what I can do is perhaps I can answer that with a more astrological one in my video live next week because I am going to be looking at DeSantis. So in that, I can blend in a bit of September 18th in terms of astrologically, folks. So maybe just tune in for that next live. So September 18th, what is that all about? Let's see what the energies are around September the 18th. Oh, look at that. I'll split the deck. Look who's turned up already. Gosh. All right, let's see. September 18th. And I'll be keeping an eye out for Milou as well to see, hopefully, he will join us. September 18th. September 18th. It's nice to have my cooling fan next to me so I can avoid. Lady G was just saying, yes, no more of the downpours of sweat like last time.
Drip dry.
Drip dry. It was epic because I was reading both the charts and it just, you know what it's like, Lady G. It just came and that there was nothing I could do.
When that energy goes up, it goes up and it's, yeah.
It's nothing. I was just helpless. Oh, crumbs, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Do you need a bit more time or you ready to read?
I'm good.
Brilliant. Okay, go for it. What do you have?
Well, the overarching energy that I got was humble. A little bit of humble pie here. You know, they're inviting a lot of the congressmen and stuff to come out there. But there is, at the center of it, a lot of judgment. You know, they're already apprised this is going to happen. They're not going to be caught off guard like they were last time.
Yeah.
Above it, you know, they have all the smack being talked, all the drama going on. And, you know, they are charging, looking forward to bringing that energy out. But going into it, again, they have all the smack, they have the hidden things, but the foundation is getting hung up. Okay. So they're not going to get to go forward like, you know, making this big whoop that we're going to come again. Going forward, we have, of course, the Repugly Uglies there. Mm-hmm. And they see what's being tried to be gotten away with. And they're going to have some that are going to be like whistleblowers out there, you know, doing the yah, that stuff. But really, it's not going to be anything like the insurrection was.
Right.
It's just going to be a protest, you know, big talk, yeah.
Yeah, because I think you did. I think you did read on this as well, didn't you, on your channel on September 18th, and seeing what the prevailing energies were for that. So I'll share my cards and I'll just do a quick shout out to Janice. Thanks so much for your donation, and the numbers are going up. We're over 300 now, so I think that will continue to increase as we go along. So thank you everyone for taking your time on a Saturday to be here with us. We know there is a lot of news going on right now when we are going through tumultuous times, and the questions kind of go up in terms of stakes as we go along. So when we're dealing with the really big questions, they're all big. You know, Milou will be here joining us as well. Okay, so in terms of the questions, September 18th. Now, I've got this. I think might be the second or third time I have got this card in regards to the insurrectionist. And now, of course, obviously it's a tower card. Now we know tower cards bring tower moments. However, it's reversed. And whenever I've seen this card, the way I interpret this is almost an internal tower moment where people are crumpled on the inside. Yes. And I think a lot of these insurrectionists, I think on one level, they're like, yeah, come on, let's do it. Let's get the pitchforks out. Let's get the Molotov cocktails and all that stuff. But I think there is also very much the realization, which is, like you said, there's going to be more police this time. Look, it's not a surprise this time. Guess what? The FBI reads social media. Who thought of that? Yeah. So they're not going to be caught the same way that they were before. And they inwardly, I don't think they're as confident as they would like to say, because they know that there are big kind of consequences.
There are consequences now.
Exactly. And I also feel as well there are consequences for these senators that have been egging these people on. Because now it's out in the open, isn't it? It's blatantly, it's out in the open. Thank you, Mindset Lorraine, for your donation. That's wonderful. So there's that. What's crossing it? Look, I get the Magician. Now, we know the Magician is a very powerful card, and this is about, essentially it's about tools, being able to use tools for either good or ill. But this is coming out, it's the right way up, but it's coming as the opposition card. So what this suggests to me is that the FBI, the police, the defense people, guess what? They are all tooled up, and they're ready. Yeah, they're ready with the handcuffs, they're ready with the video cameras, they got everything. Yeah. So they can't be as free-spirited and willy-nilly as they would like. And I think inwardly, this tower is showing this. So the authorities are there. What we also have is we have the King of Wands. So again, this is about entrepreneurship, but this is about leadership, a man that kind of, leads from the heart, and it's about inspiration. So on one level, they might be thinking, they might be showing up because they believe, Duck L'Orange is their inspiration behind this, because it does deal with entrepreneurs and a businessman. But look what comes next, the Five of Swords in reverse. So again, this exactly. It's kind of so they want this kind of battle, but there will be this aspect of, was it worth it? Is it worth it? Do we have to? How many times do we need to come to the capital to try and get what we want? And we can see here, look, for the final outcome card, there's worry. So for all the talk, I don't think they're as confident as they're trying to make out, because they know that if they step out of line now, they'll be arrested quicker. And it actually is going to be less ambiguous, because there's going to be less faces to identify on the cameras. So unless they're going to be there with gaffer tape, putting gaffer tape over the lenses, then I don't think it's going to be good for them. Anything you want to add to that, Lady G?
Yeah, also, the shaman was waiting for his get out of jail free card from He Who Shall Not Be Named. And of course, that never came. And they know now he's no longer in office, so there will be no get out of jail free cards for any of them.
Absolutely. And it's remarkable. And I just wonder, for me, I think I hope everything will work out. But you know what? I think this time period will be looked back at akin to like what happened in Salem, in the sense of this is a mass hysteria that we're all experiencing right now. It really is mass hysteria. It is a cult. As I've been saying for a long time, and now they're just saying it on the news, but it is a cult, and it doesn't make sense anymore. Yeah, it doesn't make sense anymore. It really doesn't. Okay, before the next question, let's do a little readout. So, hello, Parmalee Stevens. Who else? Annalie Finch. We've got some regulars here. Robin, who of course I've called out. Diane R.M. Grateful Annie of Kamano. That's a great name, isn't it? Kiba Lyons, and who else here?
Clarence is here. Hi, Clarence.
Indeed. So hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. The numbers are creeping up. We're getting close to 400 now. Marvel Johnson, thank you so much for your donation. Okay, so time for me to spring the next question on Lady G. And this is coming from Bad Kitty. That's a good name. I love that. Bad Kitty. So Bad Kitty says, and this is a very interesting one. Will the Democrats succeed in stopping the filibuster this year? So the Dems can't pass any infrastructure or voting rights or slash laws with unless they end the filibuster. Now, of course, I'm not in the UK, but I do know about this filibuster thing, and my goodness, it really is just a piece of work. Why this thing is still lingering, I do not know. So, of course, Lady G, you have a lot of insight on that, but let's read on this filibuster. Will the Democrats get rid of the filibuster so that certain laws can be passed? Let's have a little look. Will the Dems get rid of the filibuster so that certain laws? Because I understand Minchin and Cinema are just like, we still need it. And you're like, Filibuster. The filibuster. Will the filibuster be abolished? Will the filibuster be abolished? All right. Let's have a look. Gosh. Would you like me to read? Because you're having a shuffle, aren't you?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm hoping you get cards different from mine. Yeah, because I'm looking at what I've got here, and this is not looking very tantalizing. All right, first card. Yeah, so this is about will the Dems succeed with the filibuster and stuff. First card who comes out. Look, get the High Priestess. Yeah. So this is, this is secrets. This is machinations. Yeah, things behind the scenes, things that we can't see. If we look here, the High Priestess has her book of knowledge, her secrets contained well within. So immediately, this being the starting card, we know that there is a lot more going on, folks, than what appears, yeah, on the surface. What's the obstacle? Four of Wands. Now, Lady G, I also understand when you pull this card, this is also a reference for you for the White House. Yeah?
Yes, it is.
And look, it's upside down. Yeah. It's upside down. So if we look here, there's much scheming going on behind the scenes to kind of preserve this filibuster. And it's almost like the White House's power to intervene is being stymied in some kind of way. Yeah. They don't feel like they can go forward with power on this issue. Yeah. And then the next card I get, look at this. Three of Swords. Yeah, I know. I'd love to be, a bit more positive about stuff like that. But we all know, I mean, look, we know what this is. We don't need to elaborate. Heartbreak. Yeah. Heartbreak. Disappointment. Something not working out in the context. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And look, it's reversed. And if you see here, look, our little devil friend, is on top. Yeah, doing the little routine there. Almost like the little pole dance, or the casino wheel, the demon is on top. So it means that there is a situation of fate here, but it's not, it doesn't seem to be in the Democrats' favor. Let's put it there. Probably because of the machinations, yeah? And then what I get for my outcome card, you know what I call this card? Stinky fish. Stinky fish, especially when it's reversed, yeah. So it's almost like, I mean, the Page of Cups is about messages, isn't it? It's about messages, but it can also be surprises. And as you know, I call this card Stinky Fish. So it could well be they may want to consider getting rid of the filibuster, but I think there's too much machinations going on. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong, but that's what the cards are saying.
I know that feeling. What I get is some light on the subject. Putting some light on the subject. In the center of it, we have the give and take, the weighing of it. Yeah. Above it, we have some offers, but usually they're not always great offers.
So did you get the Page of Cups as well, or the Knight of Cups?
Knight of Cups.
Knight of Cups.
Yeah, Knight of Cups. foundation of it, we have a King of Swords, you know, a strong holding as to what they're doing. Going into it, we have wanting to move this forward, taking action, but above it, swords in the back that is going to take place rapidly. Okay,
Wow.
so they're going to try to nip it quick. Our little friends, the Repugly Uglies. Going forward, yeah, an emotional thing above it. There's going to be judgment about it. And unfortunately, my last card is just going to have to continue to go forward. Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's not looking good here either. And maybe next time, but this time.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. I mean, it's so perplexing, and I'm sure many who watch this channel and the other channels, there is this increasing sense of frustration, isn't there? Because the thing is, we know what the GOP are about. Yeah, they're not even trying to hide it. You know, we know what's going on there. We can see for ourselves. But I think it's come in one of the questions here, and hopefully it will have time to kind of come up. But one person was asking, they were saying, look, when are the Democrats going to really act and like up their game? Because we see what's at stake here. There's no ambiguity anymore, and we need that urgency. What's happening? It's being stolen. We're having rights taken away. And anyway, we'll get to those questions. So let's just tick off. So we've done 1 and we've done 2. Let's go to question number 3. So I have a little rummage. All right, question number 3. There we go. All right. So this is coming from Kelly Keith. So, and I thought this was very interesting. So what Kelly Keith has asked, will the global 15% tax rate on global corporations have the effect intended? Will the UN implement this? Lady G, can you educate me on this one? Because I'm not so familiar with this. Was this
I'm sorry, neither am I.
Oh.
I don't have regular news channels here. I just have my internet stuff that I have to catch as catch can.
I see. Well, you know what? We're both going into this blind then. So this is just a blind read, folks, because as you can see, neither of us have got a clue about this question. So let's just see what we get, and we just say.
So it was about a tax, world tax. Is that what you said?
Something like that. Something like that. Someone was asking, will Joe Minchin be caught for his backstabbing? But yeah, so it's a global. So the question was, I'll just repeat it again just to make sure we got it. So will the global 15% tax rate, will the 15% tax rate on global corporations have the effect intended? Okay. So, yeah, let's see. Okay. Will this global tax rate have the effect intended? And sorry, Kelly Keith, for us not knowing more about your question, but as you see, we're just going there. We don't always know what potentially the answer will be, or even be familiar with the question, but that's the joy of live TV.
That's it, going in blind.
Going in blind. Okay, this global.
Do we have some braille that we could read?
No, we need some braille on this one. Global tax, will it have global 15% tax? Will it have the desired effect? Let have the desired effect. All right, let's have a look. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, wow. Ooh, I've got some interesting cards here. Are you ready to go, or do you
go ahead and go? Yeah.
All right. This is interesting. Yeah. This was a good question. This was a very good question, and it's always good to ask something where you just like, oh, that's something a bit different. So this is about Global tax, will it have the desired effects? And the first card I get is the lovers, yeah, which is about what? Deals, striking deals, making deals, contracts, arrangements of all kinds, making decisions, making very important decisions that are impactful for one's future. So we can see here the cards are listening. And what do I get as the obstacle card? But is it really an obstacle? Look at this. Making deals, partnerships. So we've had these two, basically these cards reinforce each other. So there is actually quite a lot going on globally to kind of discuss this global tax thing. But the next card I get is the Hierophant. And we know the Hierophant is all about the government, but look, it's reversed. So could this be that global governments wish to implement these deals, but are maybe stymied in some way? Because one thing we know is this: corporations are very good at avoiding tax. Yeah, very good at avoiding tax. And this is why they have all these different thingy-bobs, rules and stuff abroad. So the thing is, can governments come up with deals that are sophisticated enough to, you know, basically make these deals water sound? The next card I get is the Emperor. So this is about authority, patriarchy, authority, and it's generally a powerful card. It's to do with Aries, innovation, going forward, strength. So maybe now, is this the strength of the companies and their desire to avoid the tax? Or is this the strength of the governments? Do they have enough will to actually go through with it? But what I see here, my outcome card is, look, someone's walking away. So is it the case that the government's tried to pass this global tax, but individual countries don't stick with it? Because it has to be all of the countries sticking with it, because as long as there's a tax haven, then these companies can just walk away and go to where they don't have to pay tax. That's my spin on it. So I think it's a tall order. What did you get, Lady G?
Well, I guess there's going to be a bit of a shakeup with this. That I did pull a couple of Lenormand that they got high ideals, but maybe it's not going to go as well as they wanted. We're not going to get all the bright shining light, but they're going to try. In the center of it, I got manifestation. The bottom of it, they want to feather their nest, maybe wanting to pull people in to take care. Above it, though, we have waiting for the ships to come in. And going into it, we have wanting to hang it up, seeing it from a different perspective. And we have the invocation. We need to really put out the energy for it. So, it's a good idea. There are those that want to see it succeed. They've got high ideals for it. But, on the other hand, we have the corporations that want to hang it up, and they see it from, of course, a totally different perspective.
Yeah, wow. And look who we have.
Hi, everyone. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, lady.
No problem. Thanks so much for joining us. We've just
no problem. My pleasure.
So we've just come to the perfect segue there, and we just answered the question, which is about global tax, a 15% global tax.
Oh.
I was thinking I would like to hear Milou on this one, and here he is.
Yes, of course. You know what, Milou? I will read you the question. We're just going to throw you straight in there. It's live TV. No time to even gather yourself.
No problem. Go ahead.
Kelly Keith earlier asked, will the global... Now, we both... Lady G and I were unfamiliar with this question, but maybe you might have some insight on it as well.
I think I know what you're talking about already.
Okay. So will the global 15% tax rate on global corporations have the effect intended? We've both read. What's your view?
I feel it will because the people, I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but the people who want to enact it, like Biden and all those guys, they mean well.
I'm listening. Yeah.
I feel at least for a number of years, it will have the intended consequences. After that, we know how human beings are.
Yeah.
Okay, things happen, but at first, I feel it will have a good start.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Oh.
And, you know, I feel they're gonna. There's something. What was it supposed to be used for besides the carbon thing? Is that associated with the carbon thing somehow?
I'm not sure because like neither Lady G or I were familiar with the questions, so we couldn't put in context. So we just went in cold, and we were like, and ours was kind of a bit more pessimistic, wasn't it? The cards that we pulled, we weren't sure how well they'd be able to implement it.
Well, you're right. You're a bit pessimistic because at first it's going to work as intended, and after that we know how human beings are. You know, things are going to happen. It may evolve into something that wasn't meant for. But for some reason, I am. Oops, did I do that?
No, it's just me.
Oh, okay.
100 in the chat now. Yeah.
All right. For some reason, I don't know why I'm associating, or somehow I am associating it with carbon emission.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to be using part of it for that or something like that. But yes, I feel it's going to, at first it will start the way they want it. After that, things may change. So that's why you're getting a bit of a pessimistic outlook on it.
Yeah,
you're picking up
positive and the other, because I got that they want to feather their nest, manifest this, they want to bring it in, they have high ideals for it.
Right.
But the corporations want to hang it up and they see it from a different thing. So they're wanting to, again,
like everything else, at first
make their way out of it.
good intentions and all of that, and after that, we human take over and we start doing our own things.
Yeah. I think you're right on that one.
That's why you're getting it the way you're getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go in for question 4. And I thought I would save these more juicy ones. You've come just at the right time. This is quite a juicy one here. So this is coming from Susan Grime. And she said, the Democrats appear to be reluctant to play the same rules the Republicans play by, which of course is dirty.
Down and dirty.
Yeah, down and dirty. And it makes me feel by playing softball, they are purposely letting everything happen, like they're a part of it. What's really going on? And we were speaking about this frustration before, weren't we, Lady G, of like, the situation is naked now. Yeah, we're getting in Texas, we're going to be about the rights and stuff. There's all sorts. They're not even trying. We've got senators inciting violence, which is a criminal offense in the UK. So it's naked.
Here too.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, need to arrest. They need to arrest people. Thank you, Marjorie Lara, as well. Thank you so much for your donation. We really appreciate that. And so I'm confused as well. So let's read on that. Let's see. So the Democrats appear to reluctant to play by the same rules the Republicans play by. So why are they doing that? Let's just say what's the energy with the Democrats in regards to the Republicans? What's going on? All right. So while we're shuffling, Milou, what's your psychic impressions on that while we rummage for our cards?
I feel Democrats are learning. Okay. Republicans have been practicing what they are doing right now for a long time. You see what I'm saying? So they are used to it. They can, really defame, destruct somebody's character in a minute. Okay. Democrats are not used to it, but I feel they are learning. And right now, intuitively, I feel it's taking them a little time to get a backbone. They'll get there. Okay. Because, did you hear? I was just talking about it on my chat. The Women's March, October 2nd. Okay.
Oh.
People of color in this country are taking to the streets. So, and they are pushing Democratic lawmakers to do something. So it may be delayed, but I feel they're going to react. And you know what? Do not underestimate Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
Okay.
my one hope. Yeah, she's a badass. That one.
Yes.
She knows how to fight.
Oh my God. And let me tell you, when she gets going. Do you guys remember when everyone was screaming, how come they did not impeach Trump? And all of a sudden, she impeached them twice.
Yeah, that's true.
So remember that. She is, in fact, this past week, she's already spoken. Something is going to be done about the Texas craziness that's going on. Yeah. But I don't feel that thing is going to last anyway. They just created it. They simply gave Democrats an opportunity to bash them. The talking point, basically, that's what they handed out to Democrats. And they're going to pay the consequences. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take so long.
Oh, no. Take your time.
Sorry.
We do not have you on a timer restraint, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. And someone's saying here, CC Ryder, Dems have been gaslit for 25 years. They are damaged psychologically. Need new young Democrats who understand the warfare needed to counter the GOP. Dems fear GOP Fox backlash after making decisions. I think that's actually quite a fair point, actually.
Yes. It's more than 25 years because maybe when was Clinton impeached? That has been going on before
90s.
Clinton.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's been more than 25 years. And that CNA hang on a second, I mentioned an organization that not too many people are aware of. I didn't know about them either until last night. They call it CNP. Okay. And I'm looking for the meaning of it. Hang on, bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It is called Council for National Politics. Okay. They are the ones coming up with all those crazy ideas, changing everything at the local level. Okay. And then in order for them to be able to change society, it's going to fail. But I feel there is a lot going on. Democrats are being pushed. The leaders. I don't feel any of this is going to stand. No.
Yeah. We'll have to see. So, Lady G, are you ready with your what cards do you have?
Yeah, well, in the center of it, I've got, all of the Repugly Uglies craziness that and it's just
that's what we call them.
Fantasy drama, where do you go with this? The foundation is they're working on it. Above it, we have, it's my card for Biden and the Biden administration, and they are just very generous and giving. Yeah. He's always got this idea that we want to work together. We are brothers under the skin. Let's just come together and do it,
Let's grow some claws.
So going into it, they've got their path that they've picked, and maybe they have to relook at the path the direction they're going,
Yep.
working with others rather than the foundation of being blind and just, we'll just ignore it and it'll go away. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They have to open up and look at it rather than being blocked off and just, so going forward, it's all about, this is my card for America. It's all about our values. It's all about who and what we are. And they always want to take the high road, underneath of it, love, 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 love. We're just, and we're a place of wealth. We're a place of wealth. Okay. But what I wanted to do a little bit of clarification with that. Could we get a little deeper in that? Love, 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 and we're a place of wealth and giving, and these are our values. But it's about kind of looking at the past and then being willing to move things and reevaluate. And it's time to do that reevaluation.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I just want to say thanks again to everyone joining us. We're at over 700 now. So I'll just do a few more shout outs before I do my little reading as well. So Electra Storm, nice to see you back in the house again. Taiwana, that's a nice name. Melissa Miller, Rolando Velasquez, Trace, Stacy Starr, love that, great name. And then Ron Unconditional Love Tarot. Oh, brilliant! Great to have you in the house. All right, this is what I've got here for the Democrats. Now, remember, everyone, I'm a Brit. Yeah, I'm here in the UK, so my cards are a little bit more just. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Reminding us of that.
Okay.
So
here we are, Democrats. All right, the Democrats are prospecting, because they're making plans, 2 of ones. They're looking out, and they're looking at the Republic uglies, like you're saying. They're probably like, what do we do about these people? We need to do something. And as in the comments, someone said, the Democrats have been gaslit for years, and they'll be dealing with the wolves. Basically, they're kind of like cats or ferrets. These are wolves, But the obstacle. What's the obstacle? We see here, this, of course, is the 9 of Wands. Now, we know the 9 of Wands is an embattled card, but the person is still going on. But in this case here, it's reversed. And when it's reversed, it can give a sense of feeling overwhelmed. Yeah. I think that the Democrats are just looking at the sheer scale of the cra-cra to which the Republicans, because they're just everywhere. They're like the chicken pox at the moment, measles, mumps, any kind of pestilence you can think. They've got nibbling away, not even nibbling, chipping away at so many different things at once. And I think the Democrats are almost feeling overwhelmed and they're not sure where to look. However, at some point, I think the penny's dropped, but the penny's really, really gonna drop. Because we got the death card now. And I think what this represents for me from the outside looking in is a bit dramatic, but I think we are seeing the death of democracy right in front of our eyes now. And it is time for there are many Democrats that are trying, but this is really serious. Okay. This is metaphorical. I mean, obviously we have the physical, but democracy is dying in the grip of these GOP cra people. So now that this is being seen by everyone, I think at last the Democrats, I mean, this could basically be practically Nancy Pelosi on her own. This is come up with fire up backside.
Oh yeah.
It's taking a stick and it's going to be like, right, you know what? I'm going to deal with you. And as the outcome card, look at that. They're going to use every tool in their disposal. Nancy Pelosi, I hope you are taking your wheat, your protein shakes. and whatever other stimulant you can find down the back of the sofa to, to challenge. This is what the Democrats need to do. They do have a slim majority, even though it's a slim one, and it's time for them really to pull their levers of power. Joe Biden, if you're watching, Kamala Harris, everyone, this is the time. Executive orders, power. Use that pen.
Absolutely.
Use that pen. And this card is kind of demanding that action. So the Democrats can't be shy on this. Too much is at stake.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm feeling very impassioned, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm just watching a car crash. Do you know what I mean? I'm just watching.
You're right.
Handmaid's Tale just unfold. And it's just like, it needs to stop. We know what this is. Anyway, question number five. So, sorry, does anyone want to add anything onto that? Are we ready for the next question? I just want to check in. All right.
I am ready.
Yeah.
So, one more thing. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. If people see me looking to my left and not straight at the camera, my screen is to my left. So I'm looking at the cards.
Exactly.
I don't want people to think I'm ignoring what you are saying.
No,
I'm distracted. Okay, great. Thank you.
You're looking at so you can see what's actually going on over here.
Yeah, I'm learning how to read as well because I don't know how to do cards. So it's a good opportunity for me.
No problem. So here, this is coming from Yanti W. Actually, I know who this is. Yanti, I know who you are. So dear friends, and dear Hogarth and friends, could you please read on what you see or feel about Texas, which we were just talking about? Will it be a separate state? Now, I had a little premonition the other day. I could barely sleep. Oh, thank you, V. Martin, for your donation. I could barely sleep. And it must have been like, I think this was a couple of days ago. And I was just, it literally was 4 a.m. in the morning. And I just got this feeling that Texas will secede or try to secede. I know they've threatened it. And if they do, Florida will support them as well. And I know Florida's been chiming in already. Well, we say Florida, it doesn't necessarily mean Floridians, but the people that run Florida. But
you're correct.
Anyway, will they secede? Let's read on that. So while we're shuffling, Milou, what's your impression on that?
Yes. It's always something that's on the back of the minds of Republicans in Texas. But I feel they can talk all they want. From what I understand, it's not even, there's something with legal and military involved here. So they can dream and think and feel and talk all they want. It's not going to happen. In Florida, definitely. Just like the other states, all the red states are following Texas's lead with their entire abortion stance. All the other states right now are trying to copycat. Okay, and they're all heading down the same snake pit that Trump is dragging them down, and it will fail. That's my prediction.
Oh, I hope so.
And in the not too distant future, Republicans will be irrelevant anyway. The whole party, unless they change soon. That's my prediction.
All right. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, I got in the center of it. This is a desert move. Okay. They're just kind of, desert. Okay. It's something that underneath of it, we got the little worker bees trying to work on it. They want it. And going into it, this is new energy that they're trying to put into it and trying to talk it up. Again, this is their mental idea about it. But above it, hangman, it's not going to go anywhere. I don't care how much of a different perspective they have on it. It's not going to happen because if you secede, what happens? You get no infrastructure. You get nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, they that little thing. There is no government help, no infrastructure. You are on your own, and you are a new country, and you have to pay import taxes.
Oh boy!
So, good luck with that. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what's happening with Brexit over here. Oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah, I heard.
Pear-shaped. Gaps on the shelves, and anyway, that's a whole nother. Honestly, I think if you're a dairy farmer or beef farmer, just sell your fields and just give it to the National Trust and focus on tourism. Sorry, Lady G, do you have anything more to add on that, or do you?
No, I think that's enough.
Quite decisive, your cards, weren't they? They're quite decisive. All right, what I've got in terms of like the question, will they secede and stuff like that? Oh, we're creeping up to 800, folks. Let's see, I wonder if we'll get 800 in. Here we are, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, but look, the devil is on top. Yeah, so this would suggest that if they go down this route, luck is not likely to be on their side, and this could be a bit of a what could be really not good. Yeah. What do I have as the obstacle? Yeah, they're trying to move forward, but look, they can't really move forward with their plans. Yeah, they're kind of stuck because maybe they realize, oh, actually, maybe our luck has changed, and maybe that little kind of douchebag thing that we've just passed might actually rub people up the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? Where people are going to actually start blocking Texas, because what effectively they've said is, oh, any woman that doesn't want a pregnancy, she has a bounty on her. I mean, what is that? That's not even good sci-fi. Yeah, that's just weird. It's just so crazy. Anyway. The next card I get, Two of Pentacles, yeah, so they're weighing it up, yeah, looking at things overseas. Oh, do we have the support of our friends and blah, blah, blah. But they're weighing this up. This is balancing things. It's, if you see the guy standing on one foot, it's an uncertain situation. And we've just broken 800. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. 800 people. And what do I get next? Now, this is interesting, yeah, because for many, this can be the card that represents America, but it can also be Russia. Yeah. And in this case, I'm going to say, I think it's both, yeah, because we're dealing with American Texans that think they're all that. Yeah, they have all the bounty. We've got everything we need. We don't need you. We've got oil. We've got blue sky. And it's like, oh, yeah. You remember February when you had icicles coming off the fan cooler?
Exactly.
Yeah, remember that? Burst water mains. I mean, that wasn't the Texans.
Oh, God.
It wasn't the Texans.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
They lost power, and then they tried to blame it on wind machines. Yeah,
so dumb. Gotta blame somebody.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, so those evil cancer-causing, bird-killing.
Yeah.
It was the windmills. It's like, no, it's because you're greedy and you're incompetent and you're douchebags and you're taking cues and backhanders from everyone and you're trying to run a monopoly.
Exactly.
But if we look here, I think there's full illumination here where basically people can see through the BS and people are just like, enough. Yeah. Because ultimately, I think they would like to do it, even though I had the impulse. I hope I'm wrong, but these are not, it's not very supportive overall, particularly when you look at the initial stages. So there might be plenty of desire, but I don't think it's going to work out. These three cards, it's too tricky. So maybe they make an announcement just to rattle the cage, and then they kind of come back in when they realize that once they look at the full economic impact, maybe they're not going to kind of go for it. So there's that. Okay, so we've got time for one more question. Let's do a few more readouts. So we've got Clarence Fields, Tanya Bernard. I think I've read that out. Susanna Rotella, Nancy Pedens in the house. What's this? What's she saying? Carbon capture, payment for not using carbon-based fuels. Okay, maybe that was the tax thing. Ava Maury as well. Okay, last question, folks. Isn't it amazing how quickly the time goes? Number 6. What do you do for number 6? This is
fast. What was it, hyper speed today? Did we hit a wormhole or what?
I know. We've only got 6 minutes left.
It flew by.
I know, it's incredible. It's incredible. So Flora K is asking, so just thinking that in the next 10 years plus, all the rich oligarchs will be dying. Will the world change because of their old thinking ways? So effectively, when some of these oligarchs, not that we necessarily want to predict death or anything like that, but let's just say transition,
Okay.
because there will be a few transitioning. Will that change things in the world? Milou, what's your psychic impression on that while we shuffle?
Unfortunately, the minute you said that, you know who I saw? Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller. Who's that?
Oh my God. You don't want to know.
This is the Jewish Nazi that was in there.
I've had two cards jump out. Look, I've just had the King of Swords and look, and fighting. Who's this Miller person?
He's the worst
Yeah.
human being you can think of. He used to be an advisor in the Trump administration. Of course, a Trump sycophant. You know what I mean? There are quite a few of those walking around. Wow. His family is pretty wealthy as well. So I am sure they're gonna leave him some of that money.
Because look, that fell out,
exactly.
because the king, like immediately as I was shuffling, and then look, we can see like a misuse of power as well.
Yeah.
And there's that element there. Was is it even worth? Wow.
You know what's going? Just like I believe it was in the 80s, something similar. There were similar movements in the 80s, but it fell. But it had to do with music. So it's like they were trying to take over the schools as well. It's a whole bunch of stuff similar to today. But today it's worse because we have social media. Communication is not, it's a lot faster. In 2 minutes, you know everything that's happening around the world.
You can buy ads as well.
Exactly. And we have Russia and China. There's major propaganda going on around this country, which is another challenge. Okay. So unfortunately, I feel the media is going to change in America. Okay. And communications as well. And, once we get through this cycle we're going through right now, misinformation, we're going to learn a hard lesson. Okay. It's not going to be, we're always going to have these people, but we're going to put them in their places like we used to before. They're going to go back to their cubby hole, under the rack from which they came. And then we're going to be able to breathe. That's what I feel intuitively, because the minute I saw Stephen Miller, I knew we were not going to get a break.
Wow.
He is not a good guy. Did you hear that about Lady G? He was the architect, the main person that prevented our Afghan interpreters, their families, and other people who qualified to come to this country, before everything went south. Wow. He's the one who stopped the whole stuff, or at least slowed it so much that look at what's happening to Biden right now. It's his fault.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Okay. So
we're not going to get out from under these people. They're going to be around. The kids, or basically the Stephen Millers of this world are their kids.
Right.
Yeah. Every time I see Stephen Miller, I see his past life standing there as an SS officer with the scar on his face. The big thing. He's still in that mentality. I mean, the universe says, "Well, we'll make you a Jew," and he's still he hasn't got the lesson. Got the lesson.
Yep.
Wow. So, Lady G, what did you get for your reading?
What I get is this is an energetic burden that's been carried, that's going on. There's still above it a lot of the fantasy, the nonsense, the drama. But underneath of it, there is the magician. We can make this change, but there's a lot that we need to look at with it. Going in, they're going to be facing losses, difficult things. Above it, it's going to kind of put an end to some of that stuff. But we've got to go through the stinky fish cycle.
Stinky fish is back.
The stinky fish we got to deal with, So going forward, this is something that they're willing to put the energy out there for. It's something that's going to be worked on, and because we do want to get to calmer waters. We do want to get to the mentation of better ideology and moving it forward. So, but we still got some stinky fish to deal with.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. They're
right.
Yeah, like you said, there's the legacies.
Yes.
And what's interesting for me is that when I've pulled on this, all my cards are upside down. They're all upside down. So if we look here, what we were talking about, oligarchy money, look at that. Pentacles, yeah, upside down. So already, I mean, we know already. I mean, this card it's about, you know, financial opportunity, just money in general from all directions. You know, it tends to be a very positive thing. So, you know, if this comes the right way up for a client in their chart, or even for yourself, you know, you're in on some money here. But look, it's come out reverse. So again, there's more of these negative, because we're talking about oligarchy. When it's reversed, it can mean fool's gold, but it can also talk about things like greed as well, you know, and just avarice and being out of control in regards to money. What are the kind of things that are kind of getting in the way of us kind of maybe dealing with these oligarchs and stuff like that? Look at that. These deals that are made, private, the contracts,
deals,
the deals, and also as well, like you were saying, like if we think as well, the deals that are made on behalf of their children as well, to keep the legacy going as well. Oh, thank you, Edie. Edie's just joined us. Thank you so much for your donation. Wonderful. And so, you know, there's all of that as well. So these two cards really kind of symbolize pretty much everything, don't they? They do it. So here we are, bit of an obstacle here. This is almost like the world, which is, it's the hangman reversed. Yes. It's almost like we're looking on helpless. Yeah, I think that the perspective has changed, because we do understand that there is this kind of oligarchy and stuff like that. But the positive association of the cards here are removed. This is almost really feeling entrenched and stuck and almost down and depressed and not knowing quite what to do, because of course the influence that these people have had has been a long one. Then look what we get. Oh, there we are, 9 of Pentacles, so money again. And this is when the card's the right way up and you get this, it's like whoopee-doo, yeah, independence, money, etc. When it's reversed, it can deal again with corruption, avarice, all of those dark money associations that we understand. And if you can see, this is also a courtesan, but this is also can represent people that would just do, bless you, that would just do anything for the money. If you do, it's lucky.
Thank you.
And then when we look here, just for my final card, look, here we go. We've got here the 5 of Cups in reverse. So here, when it's the right way up, this is like wanting to walk away from things. But look, there's still 2 cups up. There's still a little bit of optimism there. Thank you, Catherine Bush.
Bless you.
What a gem, so generous. So, but here, I mean, this is real down in the dump stuff. So it's almost like we're looking at these people and we kind of feel a bit hopeless, don't we? So it's kind of like, you know, it's we're just wait a minute, one minute. That was that. There, thank you, Catherine. Goodness, such generosity in the house, fabulous. So here, but what I would say to everyone, look, we know this is difficult. Try not to despair. This is been in place since time immemorial, or however you say. Sandy Banks, thank you so much as well for your donation. And Sharon Kuhn, thank you so much for your donation. My gosh, flowing in. So we have to pay attention. We see what's going on. We have to do our best with our voting and stuff, because, you know, it's not only America, it's the whole world. We know this. The whole world. Same in the UK as well. I'm not going to try and say that the UK is perfect and that we don't have this kind of stuff. Of course we do. We have a class system as well imposed on top of it. We're just
I've heard about that.
Latent, yeah. It's just more subtle here in the UK. So we'll have to see how that goes. But look, the time has raced. We are
my God.
time now. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for tuning in. We came in, I think, over 850. I think it was 860 at one point or something like that. So thanks so much for tuning in and spending your time with us. Thank you to Milou for coming in.
You're very welcome.
I think it worked great. Actually, it was a real dynamic. And of course, the Gore.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you for being had, Milo.
Yeah, thanks for dropping in there. So we will see everyone next week. You've been fabulous. Thank you so much for your questions and your contributions, and we will see you next week.
Be safe.